It's 6:30 a.m. on this Tuesday, September 23rd. I'm Michael Gargiulo.
I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Adelle Caballero is watching an issue now in Rockland County. Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa is here with this Tuesday morning forecast. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we have the overcast skies right now over Midtown, but they're dry, no rain, but you can see that off to the west. It's mild and muggy, though. 67 at Central Park and Newark, as well as Massapequa. 56 in Poughkeepsie. We're in the 50s in Bridgeport. But yeah, that's our weather maker for later today. We'll see that chance of rain increasing as the day goes on. So between now and early evening commute, we'll be seeing partly to mostly cloudy skies. And it's going to be warm. You already have that humidity up to 67 degrees by 9 a.m., 73 at 11 a.m. By the time we get to 3 o'clock, our high up to 81. After that, a little more likely to see some showers, even a few thunderstorms, and that continues as we get into the early part of the overnight. All right, 6:30 now. Adele, what are you keeping an eye on?
Right now, we're going to head a little further north here into Rockland County. We have a crash on the thruway southbound by exit 14 for the Spring Valley tolls. One lane closed off, delays already back past the Garden State Parkway. We will keep a close eye on this, keep you posted there. Today is also gridlock alert day. We have the UN General Assembly going on this week. The president is in town today, so you are going to be seeing full intermittent closures, specifically the FDR Drive, all throughout the Midtown area and especially at the UN headquarters. First Avenue between 42nd Street and 48th Street already shut down. Darlene, back to you. Thanks so much. 6:31 now. In just a few hours, President Trump will take to the world stage as he addresses the United Nations General Assembly. The speech comes as Trump tries to push his America First agenda. Today, New York's Tracy Strahan's on the east side. Maria LaRosa says Tuesday morning is going to bring some changes, or Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, all of the things. We already have more humidity this morning, right? Brooklyn at 67, Staten Island 64 degrees. We're at 67 in Queens, and right now the Bronx coming in at 60. But yes, this afternoon, it's warmer, muggier, along with the shower and storm threat. But tracking that temp story into the weekend and a few more chances for more showers and storms. Timing it out in the 10-day.
All right, thank you. Still ahead. New Jersey, 280 westbound. We've got a crash causing major backups over by exit 15 coming up. Lots of road closures to navigate around. We're going to break it all down for you coming up in a few minutes. But here's a live look outside right now onto the inbound approach to the Lincoln Tunnel. You've got about 20 to 25-minute delays. You're watching Today in New York.
Passed away. She was grateful to see a similar-looking dog online, one that was available for adoption.
But after paying more than $1,400, she didn't get the dog or her money back. So she said, better get Baccaro. Here's News 4 consumer reporter Linda Baccaro with a warning.
Later on today, Maria.
Yeah, some little wet paws out there later this afternoon. Right now, it's mainly just gray skies, but kind of a visual of how we'll see that uptick in rain chances by this afternoon, certainly this evening and later tonight, lingering into tomorrow morning, and then another round where we see the potential for maybe some gustier winds and that heavier rain. Again, nothing out there right now. It's a lot of that cloud cover, and that humidity has come up since yesterday. 67 at Central Park in Newark, Massapequa at 67, at 56 in Poughkeepsie. But there are those showers to the north and west as the day goes on. Again, our hour by hour showing more likely seeing those showers and storms sort of past the main part of the evening commute. So that's some good news there. But 6-7 p.m. be ready for some showers, especially to the north and west from the Hudson Valley into Connecticut here. We see occasional showers into tomorrow morning. Again, tomorrow is going to be mainly gray, and then a lot of that warmth and humidity feeding more showers and storms by late tomorrow into overnight on Thursday, and we'll be in and out of these showers through the day on Thursday. And in fact, some of the ingredients in place where not just some heavy rainfall potential, but also some gusty winds. So that'll be something we're watching for Thursday. Once we add up all that rainfall from these two rounds, about 1 to 2 inches potentially here. Again, that is much needed rainfall. Beyond that, so Thursday and into early on Friday, those showers should clear. We have another front sweeping through by the time we get to Sunday, and that reinforces that fall feel as we head into next week, but also keeps that rain chance pretty low. And just to check on the fall foliage right now, yeah, we're getting our reports in, some nice color through parts of New England, and starting to see that from the Catskills, even the Ramapo Mountains, seeing a little bit of color out there. All right, so as far as rain chances, the best will be later on this evening and then again on Thursday, with temperatures holding in the 70s into the weekend, which for now looks dry. And speaking of dry, no big rainmakers into next week as we see it right now, with temperatures in the 70s. Overnight lows will be cool again, back down into the 50s next week. All right, 647. Adele, how are things looking out there?
Very slow right now, at least on 280. We are watching this crash westbound by exit 15 for Route 21, McCarter Highway. Now, this is a construction zone on top of that, so both ways you're going to get hit with a tight ride. Those westbound slowdowns are back past Schuyler Avenue, and the eastbound side are going back to the Parkway. A little further north here into Rockland County, still watching this crash on the thruway southbound over by exit 14 for the Spring Valley Toll Plaza. Solid ride through the area as well past the Parkway at this point, trickling back to about Route 59 are the slowdowns. And of course, today is a gridlock alert day with the UN General Assembly in town until Friday. You can expect to see street closures all throughout Midtown, intermittent full street closures on the FDR Drive, and First Avenue already shut down 42nd Street to 48th Street. Darlene, back to you.
All right, thank you. 6:48 right now. Everybody, thank you for streaming with us. It's Tuesday, September 23rd. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael LaRosa Adelle Caballero here watching the commute and the road closures because of the UN General Assembly. And Storm 54's LaRosa here with our Tuesday forecast.
Well, we have the blanket of clouds for now. The showers, even a few rumbles of thunder, that'll catch up with us later today. So as we take a look at that first full day of autumn, it's actually going to feel a little more summery. It's going to be pretty warm. And again, ahead of this line of showers that we see moving in later today, it's going to be pretty muggy. As far as the next few hours, mainly dry skies. But that changes as we get into the afternoon and evening. Leading up to then, not too bad. We've got 75 degrees by noontime. Sun and clouds through the afternoon, and then by the time we get to 3 o'clock, that's our high, up to 81 degrees with that mugginess, again, that summer feel. Beyond that, get ready for a few showers and some thunderstorms possible too. That begins this evening into the early part of the overnight and should begin to wind down a bit by tomorrow morning. That's round one. We'll talk about that next chance for storms coming up in a bit. But right now, let's get you out the door, roads and rails and motorcades.
Yes, we are going to be seeing intermittent full closures. We, of course, have the UN General Assembly going on all week. The president is in town today, so you will be seeing closures all throughout Midtown. This will be running from First Avenue out to 8th Avenue, anywhere between 34th Street and 86th Street. First Avenue is already shut down between 42nd Street and 48th Street, with the FDR Drive off-ramp closed to 42nd Street as well. Alternate side is suspended for today. Meter rules remain in effect. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you. All right, happening today
With Maria. Hey, Maria.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Looking at some clouds right now, but that's about it. From Elizabeth, Hackensack, New Rochelle in the mid-60s. You can see where we're going to end up by 5 p.m. Some sun and pretty mild, 81 in Bridgewater. But as far as the rain chances, we see that increase later this evening, and we really see that next round increasing for the day on Thursday. Breaking down that timing specifically for you coming up in the 10-day.
Thanks so much.
So
Hitting the rails right now, your 4, 5, and D trains. You can expect to see delays. You can also expect to see some dayside track work for the day ahead. Coming up, though, we're going to break down all the street closures you need to know for the UN General Assembly. Here's a live look outside right now, though, onto a quiet ride on the Belt Parkway into JFK Airport. You're watching Today in New York.
Let's check in now. Maria LaRosa, it's important to have as much weather alerting, right, as we can. But you mentioned earlier, it's all about who listens to it.
Right. There's that factor of us being humans.
Right, right.
We kind of sometimes do what we want to do, hear what we want to hear. But all we can do is our best and get that messaging out to you, and you can take that action. The good news is it's relatively quiet weather day today. With that said, keeping an eye on, especially south and west, where any of these showers and storms that get going into later today and early tomorrow could produce some gusty winds, maybe some heavy rainfall. We amp that up just a little bit up by Thursday, where it's not just more coverage, but the potential for more of those showers and a few thunderstorms to produce those gusty winds. So that's our severe weather heads up. Nothing imminent, nothing off the charts, but timing wise is critical too, because today starting off pretty quiet, everything starts to pick up with that chance this evening. And notice that for tomorrow, low chances to mainly gray skies before that next round really picks up into late tomorrow and through the day on Thursday. So Thursday's looking pretty unsettled. There's the weather maker. Doesn't look like much right now, but it'll be just enough to touch off some of those showers later today. So as we time it out for you, one of our models showing, yeah, we'll get some sun breaks in here as well. As far as the first first full day of fall, feeling a little summery. We've got that humidity already and temps into the low 80s. But you can see in that 6 to 7 p.m. time frame, north and west first, those showers, a few thunderstorms through the Hudson Valley into Connecticut. By tomorrow morning's commute, mainly dry skies, mainly gray skies. And then by the time we get to late tomorrow and overnight Thursday, then we see some potential of the steadier showers, even some locally heavy rumbles of thunder, that sort of thing. And that continues in through the day on Thursday, adding up to as much as 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. That's also sort of the good spin on this. It's going to be much needed rainfall, very nice rainfall for our area, and it doesn't look like it's going to interfere with the weekend. So that may be good news for all of you out there. So by today up to 81 degrees. Tomorrow it stays mild and muggy, starting off at 67, ending up at 79. Then the showers and storms Thursday, out early on Friday. So Saturday and Sunday in really good shape, mid and upper 70s, a little bit cooler, but still dry into next week. All right, Adele, gridlock alert day. Yeah.
Yes, definitely a gridlock alert day. It is not going to be an easy day to get around town. Definitely recommended that you stick to your mass transit instead. We, of course, have the UN General Assembly going on. We're going to get to those closures coming up in just a bit, but we are going to start things off here in Rockland County on the Thruway southbound by exit 14 for the Spring Valley Toll Plaza. We've got this ongoing crash taking out 2 lanes. Delays heading all the way back to about Route 59 at this point. And if you are planning to make your way through the city here, expect to see intermittent full closures all throughout Midtown, especially on the FDR Drive, 1st Avenue out to 8th Avenue, anywhere from 34th out to 86th Street. And 1st Avenue is already shut down, 42nd Street to 48th Street. And this will be running until Friday. Alternate side is suspended for today. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you. In New Jersey, the city